We have seen the post-credit scene for the Fantastic Four First Steps. There's also a mid-credit scene. Were the leaks true? Were the rumors true? Well, we're going to break this down very soon. So, yo, what is good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, Kaiju, Monsterverse, pop culture-based content I try to deliver on a daily basis. If you could, comment down below, subscribe, really helps the channel. Also, I've started to post TikTok videos because I can post more there faster than I can here on YouTube. So, also, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. So, the internet is going crazy and so is my 10-inch arms. Check us out on TikTok. Shall that be my TikTok intro? I think it's kind of funny because it's kind of like me trolling myself. So, the reactions for the Fantastic Four are very good. But what I find interesting and fascinating is the so-called influencers that were being over the freaking top about the Superman movie are not being over the top about the Fantastic Four movie, when if you actually compare both of them just based on the trailers, Superman movie is a bit silly vibe, tone, but the Fantastic Four movie has more of a serious tone, more of a depressing tone. So, major funny to me how influencers hype the hell into Superman and realistically they don't hype the hell into Fantastic Four. Private joke I have, what, did Disney not pay you like Warner Bros did? Allegedly, that is completely satire. So at the moment, it's got an 85% on Rotten Tomato, which is very good because recently Marvel have been on a bad spell. So let's talk about the post-credit scene. And I don't actually think the post-credit scene is what you think it is. What I mean. So yes, in the post-credit scene, we see Vanessa Kirby with said child, aka Franklin Richards, who is the most powerful being in the MCU. Well, I don't know, actually. One of the most powerful beings in the MCU. It depends, I guess. But we do get a very good look of the mask. We get a very good look of Dr. Doom. But why I say it's underwhelming is because of the simple fact is we don't see very much of Dr. Doom. Now, there was a mystery character that was put onto set who they tried to hide who it is. Some people seem to think it's Dr. Doom. I'm not so sure that is the actual case here. So, based on scoopers and the rumors and leaks, so on and so forth, the rumor is, right, but you don't see this, is Dr. Doom actually steals Franklin Richards. That's not what you see. You just see him there with Franklin Richards. You don't see him taking the child away. You don't see him kidnapping the child at all, do we, lad? No. So friend of the channel, Chad Ryan, aka The Geeky Cast, check him out on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. He brought this up and tweeted it. Telephone is such a crazy concept. Like, whoever got the scene and said certain things lied for sure. Yes, they did, because yes, there is a Dr. Doom scene, and yes, Dr. Doom is in a sequence with Franklin Richards, right? But he doesn't steal the child at all. So then we get into the so-called plot leaks, right? For Avengers Doomsday, where they say the reason why the Fantastic Four come from their universe to Earth 616 is because they want their child back. So this is a game changer. Why? Because we don't see the sequence, do we? No. Like, literally, by the time I post this video, you're pretty much going to see this image all over Reddit, right? All you really do see is Dr. Doom talking to Franklin. At this stage, Franklin is still a baby. He's still an infant, but he can stand up. He's got really long white hair. You could get a really good shot at him, right? It'll be all over TikTok, all over the internet by the time I post this video, right? But you don't actually see him steal said child, right? Maybe because on Earth 828, Galactus wants said child. Maybe there's a reason why Dr. Doom wants to talk to Franklin, even though Franklin is still a baby. It's because we don't know how powerful he's going to be. We know he's like, you know, omnipotent in the comics. We know how powerful he is. We know he has Worf reality abilities. Sure, bro. But we don't actually know. And sure, it does say the Fantastic Four will return in Avengers Doomsday. We know this, but the validity of the information was not 100% true. And yes, I've been over this information before, but with the nuance of actually watching the sequence myself and realizing that we don't actually see the child being stolen. So this changes everything. So the scoopers like James Mack, so on and so forth, I've covered stuff saying, yeah, a big pivotal part of that storyline is Reed Richards and Sue Storm wants their child back. There's no evidence, right? They've actually taken the child. So now said Thunderbolts post-credit scene is that actually, you know, the Fantastic Four with Franklin Richards and Dr. Doom going to help someone, because we don't really know what's going on here. So this is going to cause massive debate across the whole Marvel community, because there was, as friend of the channel, the Geeky Cast, Chad Ryan, said on Twitter, telephone poll game. You know, let's play telephone. So someone put the information out there. It wasn't actually true. The concept was true. So they were half true. So this is like Chinese whispers, you know. When someone whispers something, then someone else says something. And by the time you get to the end of the line, the original storyline or the original plot wasn't actually true. So this is fascinating to me. So yes, sure, this does confirm there was a bit of a tease for Doomsday. But I hate to be a hater. I hate to be cynical. But this is underwhelming. Really underwhelming, to the point where it's like, yo, does this really set up Doomsday? Yeah. Sure, bro. But it just shows us Doom and Franklin in a sequence together. Doesn't really say anything. And what was the other mid-credit scene? A short animated skit with the teams fighting various different villains. And yes, Matt Shackman confirmed that Anthony and Joe Russo directed said sequence. So yo, when the director said Doom didn't appear in his movie, he didn't. But Doom barely appeared in a post-credit scene that was shot by the Russo brothers. So again, very underwhelming post-credit scenes by both of them. Is the Avengers Doomsday in trouble because we had 2 post-credit scenes by them? Doesn't really set up a lot. There's so much time. We don't even see it's RDJ. Clearly not him. It's clearly a silhouette. It's clearly a stunt double, because they'd have to pay him a hell of a lot of money. So if you could, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Also check us out on TikTok, WWarStew. I'm trying to grow my TikTok because I think it's actually a fun kind of little quirky platform after posting a few TikToks. Obviously, I do prefer YouTube as my favorite platform to post content on. So, post-credit scene, Franklin and Dr. Doom are together, but there is no evidence that the child is taken at all. Maybe some kind of conversation. Maybe he goes there because he needs help from Reed. He needs help from Sue. He needs Franklin Rich's powers to revive Wanda. We don't know where this is going, so I'm throwing it down to you lads and ladettes. What is going on in this sequence? Because the plot leaks were true, but they're also not always true, because the nuances, the little bits here and there. And a lot of people are still describing this sequence as Doom steals Franklin, but we don't actually see this happen at all. Pretty cool, but pretty underwhelming. He's also not kidnapping the child at all. That was fake news. Really hope we get a sequence in Spider-Man 4, aka A Brand New Day, because if this really was the last tease before Doomsday, I can see why they've delayed Doomsday. There is no setup here. No one knows anything about Dr. Doom at all. Still no setup. Sure, you could insinuate something that happened in the Fantastic Four movie was actually talking about Doom, but not really, unless you really are kind of overthinking it in your head. We need more of a setup. So hopefully one of these pointless Disney Plus shows can set up Doomsday better, or hopefully the post-credit scene of Spider-Man 4, or hopefully a thing in the Spider-Man 4 movie that can actually set up this movie far better, because this is barely a tease. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, and I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.